Good evening, Rabbi Erev Tov. Today, lo aleinu, somebody called me up from Florida. Somebody lives in Florida. And asked me because her father was niftar. He passed away. Lo aleinu. It's not such a happy thing to listen to, but it's important to understand. So there was a few questions that they asked me about how to bury the father. So it's halakha. So I'll tell you a couple of things. It's good to know these things. First of all, number one, right? This father, lo aleinu, he was reformed Jew. Like his rabbi was reformed Jew. So he wasn't religious, chiloni, whatever. So he told his family, when I die, I want to be cremated. Can you imagine cremation? You know what that is, right? They burn the body. Right? So the question is, right? If the person requests like this, to cremate his body, should we listen to him or not? Yeah, you guys are smart, chachamim. Kulam chachamim. So the answer is no. We tell him, yeah, okay. And then when he dies, lo aleinu, right, we bury him, in a Jewish cemetery. That's what you gotta do, right? That's the only way to bury a dead body, a Jewish body. You have to go to Jewish cemetery, do everything according to halakha. No cremation, lo aleinu, Shem Yirachem, right? That's asur, right? That's written in several books. There are several reasons why this is asur, because the truth is, right, that to bury the dead body, to bury it, is a mitzvah from the Torah, So therefore, when you cremate the body, there's nothing to bury. Well, you have ashes there, lo aleinu. So you cannot do that. That's one thing. So Baruch Hashem, he died, and they're going to bury him. They're not going to cremate him, right? Baruch Hashem, that's one thing. So we saved him from one avera, right? Baruch Hashem. Now they had also other questions, which was also, they didn't know his Hebrew name. Because on the matzeva, on the tombstone, you have to write the name, the Hebrew name, whatever. So the question was, what to do. So what they did was, they looked in his ketubah. Can you imagine? They still had the ketubah. So in the ketubah, it's written his name there. So we found in ketubah his name. So whatever it says, I don't want to mention the name. I don't want to embarrass anybody, right? So anyway, right, we looked in the ketubah and we wrote there, and we were going to write the name over there in ketubah. That's what you write. What does that mean? The name of the person and his father, right? Ploni ben Ploni, right? Like this. And this is what you write on the matzeva. This is what you write. Another question that they asked was, there's also other things, that were involved there, which is, how do you write on the tombstone, right? Also another question. It's so important to know these things, So it says in the books, I saw in the halakha, it's written in the books, several things about this. Number one, first of all, on the tombstone, everything should be written in Hebrew. No English over there, right? No Russian, no Persian, I don't know, God knows, whatever, right? Everything should be Lashon HaKodesh. This is the minhag, it's kadosh. So number one, everything should be written in Hebrew. No English over there. If they did it, they did it. What can you do? Lo aleinu. But they shouldn't have done it like that. It's not proper to do that. Number one. Number two, also, don't put any pictures on the tombstone, right, on the matzeva. Sometimes people they engrave the picture, of the person. They should not do that. This is not proper minhag. So no pictures, no engraving their pictures, or a real picture, whatever it is, right? Some people put a real picture there, whatever it is, right? All kinds of things on the tombstone. This should not be done. So everything should be done according to halakha, So it should be in Ivrit, everything Lashon HaKodesh. Number one. Number two, no pictures, right? No pictures. And also number three, they say, but it's not so good, by the way, to write over there on the tombstone shevachot. A lot of shevachot. You know what shevachot means? Yeah. Praises. Say he was a tzaddik, chassid. He was I don't know, whatever, right? He was a good man. Good man. Whatever. Right? He had good midot. Good character. Don't write too much things. Why? Because they say if you write a little bit more than he really was, they're going to accuse him in Shemayim. They're going to say, oh, they write this about you, huh? You're tzaddik and chassid. Let's check the books, and see if you really are. They're going to check him. So yeah, it's like, it's kitrug. It makes kitrug on the person. They write too many things, too much shevachot over there. So it's not a good idea, So that's not a good thing to do. Make it simple, and also there's another thing, which is the date, right? So what do you put, right? You have to put the date there, So the date should be date Ivri, only Hebrew date, not English date there, September, October, or November, what? What does this have to do with the matzeva? Everything has to be done in Hebrew, Lashon HaKodesh. And also the date has to be in Hebrew, the Hebrew date. That's what it should be. This is the way to do right? We shouldn't see from it, right? Lo aleinu, matzeva. This is the way you got to do it, the proper way, according to halakha. This is the way to do it. So Baruch Hashem, at least we know a few things about this. It's good to know these things. Number one, also another thing I want to tell you is that the question arises: when do you have to put the matzeva? The tombstone after the person is buried. How soon do you have to put it? So the truth is, there's two different opinions. One opinion says you have to put it in 1 week, 7 days. After the person is niftar, after they bury him, 7 days. Another opinion says 1 month. 30 days. So the truth is, that it's better to do 7 days if it's possible. But if it's not, possible to do, let's say, because it's very expensive sometimes. These things are a lot of money, and people are gathering money, from here, from there, to get money for this. Sometimes they don't have money, or sometimes, they're working very slow. The company that does the tombstone, they'll tell you, yeah, we'll give you in 6 months. What 6 months? We just buried him today. What are you talking about? 6 months, right? You need it now, right? So therefore, right, the thing to do is to make sure at least, minimum 1 month, maximum, right? That's not more than that, right? They should put already the matzeva. What about if the niftar, right, before he passed away, right? He tells you, listen, okay, bury me, no cremation. Okay, but I don't want matzeva, just bury me in the ground, no matzeva, no tombstone, right? Do we listen to him? That's the question, right? So the answer is no, we don't listen. You know why? Because it says in the Kabbalah that a person, who's buried without a matzeva, it's not good, because the matzeva, it gives him nachat ruach, gives him a good condition over there, in olam haba, in the world to come, it gives him nachat, whatever. So it's a good thing. So therefore, if he tells you no matzeva, tells you save money, don't do matzeva, save money, economica, No, don't listen to that, right? Put matzeva. By the way, you don't have to put a fancy matzeva. Some people think they have to put something, a Cadillac, Rolls Royce, matzeva. You don't have to put. It's okay, Just put something normal, something regular. As long as there's something there, that's enough. You don't have to make it something fancy. Or something, out of the ordinary, something to show that he was a billionaire, millionaire. He has beautiful Lexus, matzeva over there. Luxus, right? Lexus luxus, right? You don't need these things. Just give him matzeva. That's the most important thing. Make sure you write his name there and the date that he was niftar. Everything is lashon hakodesh, right? And Baruch Hashem, Shalom Alisrael, right? This is the way to do it. Okay, Baruch Hashem. Let's talk a little bit about the holiday, right? We have the Pesach B'ezras Hashem coming up, right? Haba Leinu L'Tovah, right? Let's talk about good things. Enough with the bad already. So let's talk about something good. So I want to tell you, our friend over here, has a store over here, right? He sells, and he's here. It's good that he's here, but because I want to say in front of him, about Passover. You know what I want to say? That you don't need to buy for us, the Sephardim especially. We're all Sephardi over here. There's no Ashkenazim over here. Right? There's one boy over here, Ashkenazi, with the hat. But he's not here today, so don't tell him nothing. Right? It'll be a secret, I'm joking. Right? No, not him. There's a boy that comes, from high school, young kid. The Kohen, he's a Kohen, yeah. Cats, he's cats, yeah. So, right? So he not him, he's not. No, chas v'shalom. So anyway, right, the truth is, I tell you, Rabbi, I tell the store owner and I tell all of you, same thing. You don't need to buy for Passover special drinks, for kasher Pesach. You don't need this. You don't need. Only Ashkenazim, they need this. You know why? Because the Ashkenazim, they cannot have kikniot, which is, legumes, things like this. What does that mean? Rice, corn, things like this. Peas, they don't eat this on Passover, the Ashkenazim. We do. Baruch Hashem. Who doesn't have over here plow on Pesach? Everybody has, right? Even me, I'm Georgian. Even I have. So no problem, So you guys are Bukharian, even more, all the more Skolchikin, right? All the more so, right? So what I tell you is like this, that since the Ashkenazim don't eat corn, so there's corn syrup in there, in the soda, in the drinks, So for Ashkenazim, they need kasher Pesach, that's what they need. So it should be, why? Because for Passover, what they do? They use only sugar, no corn syrup. This is the difference, They use only sugar, no corn syrup, so it's kosher for Ashkenazim. But for us, we're allowed to have corn syrup. There's no problem, So you can buy any drink you want. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, right, whatever. Sprite, I don't know, God knows, whatever it is, right? All these famous drinks that everybody drinks, they don't need to be kosher at Pesach. We don't need this for Sfardim. Don't tell you. And by the way, the thing is, he knows, by the way, better than all of us, that the price is double. You're paying double. That's kasher at Pesach. You don't need. Why waste money? To pay more, double the price. For something you don't need. It's a waste. I hope I'm not taking away his business. Right? Mechila, I apologize. Right? But that's the truth. You don't need. I'm sorry.
The same cooking oil.
Yeah, good. You reminded me, Baruch Hashem. Let's first finish with the drinks, right? We're finished with the drinks. We're finished drinking. Right? Now let's talk about oil. Same thing with the oil also. For Sfaradim, all the oil is kosher. Every oil. But for Ashkenazim, they don't have corn oil, right? They cannot have, right? All kinds of things like this. Okay. I think even canola they cannot have. They have to have special oil, for Passover, which is not made from kitniot. We're allowed to have all these oils. So for us, olive oil, no problem, right? For sure, no problem, right? So all these oils for us, for the Sfaradim, it's kosher. So why pay 2 times, 3 times, too much money, and pay more, for something which is for Ashkenazim, not for us. It's total waste of money. I don't know. You want to waste money? You have extra money? Okay, Baruch Hashem. No problem. You want to spend more? No problem. Right? The Jews need to make money, right? To make parnasah, Baruch Hashem. You're making parnasah for the Jewish people. Very good, Baruch Hashem. I'm very happy for you. Also, another thing, there are many in the Ashkenazi, every who are machmir about certain things, like I'll give you an example, for instance, like soap, or shampoo and everything kasher Pesach, You don't need all this. You don't need all this. Is not, or cleaning materials, window cleaner. The window cleaner has to be kosher Pesach. You eating it? You eating it? Who needs this?
Even toothpaste.
Toothpaste. Okay, so the toothpaste, even toothpaste does not need kosher Pesach. Some people are machmir about this a little bit, but the truth is, 99% of toothpaste doesn't have any chametz. It has some kitniot sometimes, that's a little kitniot. But for us anyway, it's okay. So the truth is, even toothpaste you don't need. Just don't swallow it, when you brush your teeth. Who swallows toothpaste? Only crazy, only meshuggah, right? Only meshuggah, they swallow toothpaste. And even if you do, by the way, you're a meshuggah, so we don't worry about you. We're not worried about that. So you don't need, all these things, kasher Pesach, soap, shampoo, all kinds of things like this, things.
You should tell this for the newspaper.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's going to go to the newspaper. It's going to go to the newspaper. It'll be on Facebook. So, right, the truth is, even Ashkenazim don't need to do this. Honestly, even Ashkenazim, they don't need to do this. It's just a big chumrah, it's just extra money, extra, what do you need all this for? I remember there was one rabbi used to tell me when I was a kid, I was here in the yeshiva over here. I don't want to mention the name of the yeshiva. He used to tell me, he says, you can use soap, not kosher Pesach. But he says, you should open a new one, he says. Why open a new one? What does it matter if it's a new one or old one? It's all the same. There's no label on it. What I mean? It's ridiculous. Open a new one. What open a new one?
Business.
Business, yeah. Jews need to make parnasah. Baruch Hashem, parnasah. We need parnasah. It's good.
We talk about Chazan, Rabbi. Nobody say like that. No. Nobody.
Meet your. I'm the first rabbi that tells you. Number one, rabbi number one. Okay. Another thing I want to tell you. We have to finish. I'm going to finish. We're going to do Arvit B'ezrat Hashem. I don't want to take too long. So another thing I want to tell you is that also, whoever, let's say you have a store, right? Like supermarkets, like he has, or some other, like Wasserman's, Main Street, Romanov, 108, all these places. What they do is, you have to make sure that they sell the chametz, for Pesach. Why is that? Because if they don't sell the chametz, right, when you, after Pesach, if they had that chametz there in the store, and they didn't sell it, you cannot buy from that store, for like a week or two, until the turnover, everything gets turned over. He sold all the old merchandise. So you have to make sure, that when you buy chametz after Pesach, either you can go to a goyish store, that's also, you can do that, go to a goy, because the goy doesn't have to sell the chametz, right? There's no problem. So you go to a goyish supermarket, or you go to a Jewish supermarket who sold his chametz, and then you can buy anything over there, no problem, But if he didn't sell his chametz, so you got to be careful, because that chametz is not allowed to buy after Pesach, So you got to wait. They have teudah. What's teudah? Certificate, from the Rabbanut, whatever, right? Bad, whatever, right? Some rabbis, Betadin, whatever it is. They have certificate, and it says there, right, that they stole the chametz. So if they stole the chametz, Everything is kosher, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Adonai לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה שאומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לעשות ישראל, לפיכך אכיל בעל האם תורה ומצוות שאינו לחפש, למען צדקו יגדיל תורה וידיר.